what's going on to all my Geminis out there? Please make sure to get the book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video. So this is for Geminis. You and Capricorns gave me the most views, so I'm gonna go ahead and hook y'all up with the first two videos. Geminis gave me the most views out of everybody. You know, I don't know what it is about the other zodiac signs. They just letting Geminis run away with this thing. Okay, let's get this video to 30 likes. So the cards that I come up with for the Geminis: 4 of Swords, 3 of Cups, Temperance, King of Cups, 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords, Ace of Swords, 3 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and last but not least, we have the 5 of Cups. So for Geminis, you Geminis, a lot of you Geminis, right? Somebody may call you up whom you once dated and apologize, right? They're not necessarily trying to get back together with you, but call you up and apologize. Maybe even see you face to face and apologize, right? Tell you how it is that they were really wilding out on you, and you Geminis may not have necessarily even have deserved it. The King of Cups, the 4 of Wands, you don't necessarily get triggered by this anymore. You don't necessarily get triggered by this anymore or get bent out of shape or anything like that, because a lot of you Geminis may be your mind may be focused on someplace else, organizing your own life. And I gotta say this is an amazing reading, because for the Geminis to really come to that conclusion themselves, how they want to organize their own mind, and they are organizing it. This is great, because what this represents here is that the Geminis are actually going through a system of growth, where, because Gemini deals with chaos, right? And chaos is good to a certain extent, because chaos represents unpredictability. But the thing about it is that when you have too much chaos, what happens is that things, too many things are dispersed and not enough of focused energy, right? Focus. So the 9 of Swords is about like how you Geminis are kind of like, wow, I can't believe you was wasting all this time. This is how it is a lot of you Geminis are thinking. And then the things that the Ace of Swords and the 3 of Swords represents, don't necessarily beat yourself up about it. I would suggest you figure out a system for yourselves where you don't necessarily have to be so caught off guard and so chaotic, because the air signs mind. Because here's the thing about air signs, and I said this before, right? Air signs, and I was saying this to myself last night as I was kind of doing research and stuff like this within myself. The air signs don't, again, a lot of air signs don't seem to understand that the only time that a lot of you air signs have control over yourselves is when you by yourself and when you're alone with your thoughts, right? And you're isolating people. Other than that, a lot of you Geminis are very, or Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians are very emotional. And see, here's the thing that ends up getting Geminis, Libras, and Aquarians into a situation. What gets y'all into a situation is y'all, the air signs in general, obviously, not every single last one, but the Geminis, or the air signs, the way that y'all come off, you're saying that you want to do this and you want to do that, but in application, in action, it says something differently. So like a lot of you air signs have to really watch out for, you can't see how other people see you, and how other people see you is the truth about yourselves, chaotic and all over the place. So the point that I'm trying to make here with the Ace of Swords and the Three of Swords is, yes, you're gonna have people whom you may have once dated come back, but they're telling you that they're not necessarily interested in you in that way. It's more so just to apologize because they were really wilding. Now the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Cups now represents how, you know, they pretty much let you know what the TikTok was, and that they really are sincere with their apology. But see, one of the two most important cards here is the Ace of Swords and the Three of Swords. Don't get yourself caught up in a situation where you can get yourselves hurt, right? Thinking too much about the time that you've wasted and how you've been so goofy. Think about it from more of a perspective of what can you honestly do to set yourself in a better situation, right? You know, and I don't necessarily suggest doing chakra work either, because too many times people try to do chakra work, and this is the reason why I stopped working on the chakras. A lot of the times people don't seem to understand that that chakra work that people talk about so much to try out is actually doing damage. It's not doing you a good, because that chakra work, right? When people say do the work, do the chakra work, what will happen is that you will end up getting drained, basically, because you're basically pinpointing energy vortexes in you for people to drain, right? So you need to watch out for that. What you got to do is figure out ways to organize your life, as well as if you're doing this work. And that's another thing too that I want to talk about. Forget about that light work type stuff. Too many times people will talk about they light workers. Listen, all magic, period, is dark. All of it. There is not an exception to that. All magic, period, is dark. It just depends on how you use it is the situation. So you'll have people who want to be light workers. When you say you want to be a light worker, what it is that you're automatically saying is that you are a person that wants to tiptoe through the work, tiptoe through the magic, through the process, but you really saying that you a punk, because whether it is that you know it or not, that's what you're saying consciously, meaning you're aware of it, that's what you're saying. Because I get a lot of, I've gotten people who call me who are chaotic. They're all over the place. They're too chaotic. They're too all over the place, right? You know, like I said, chaos is good if you learn how to organize it. But if you're too chaotic, that's where the problem is. And I've seen a lot of people come to me like that, and then they blame me that I can't do anything for them. But the reality of the situation is, these are the people who are light workers, because they're trying to tiptoe through the magic, tiptoe through the tarot, and they don't seem to understand, like, Joe, you have to deal with pain. It's not an option. If you're going to survive this path, you're going to have to deal with it, because the more pain and suffering you go through and the more you embrace it, actually, the more powerful as a magician, a tarot reader, an occultist you become. And that's the secret. All those people who want to be light workers, I just want to, that's how it is that you're going to end up a shell. So anyway, let's clarify the Three of Swords. You have the Nan Bokla La Flambeau. You have the Ogun La Flambeau, and then you have the Madame La Lune. So, to clarify the Three of Swords, and as you can see, okay, I thought it was three heads here, all right. But as you can see, this is a representation by how, like, you Geminis, you know, you need to learn to destroy the things that you're so worried about using fire. You need to, Ogun is an underworld. You need to embrace the pain, but don't let it control your life. And Madame La Luna, you know, careful with getting bogged down with your emotionalism. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.